Thank you so much for the introduction, Lyman, and hello, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me today on this very quick demo session on building your first SharePoint agents in minutes, no code required. Lyman already did an amazing introduction, so I'm not going to spend time on that. Let's get directly to the content, and this will be a mainly demo-focused session, but I do have 4 slides before we get into the demo. Uh, so first of all, why do we even care about agents? Why does everybody talk about it? And let's be honest, if Steve Ballmer would still do keynotes today, this is probably what he would scream on stage instead of developers. It will be everything is about agents. And we're not going to go in all the theory right now, but what I want you to know is that there are many types of agents out there. We've seen in Microsoft keynotes, we've seen agents that are very, very complicated, agents that are autonomous, but not every agent needs to be complicated. If we take a step back, there are 3 main types of agents. The first one are retrieval agents. So agents that are specialized in retrieving information and specialized in certain specific tasks. You might have a help desk agent that is specialized in IT support. You might have a project agent that is trained, grounded only on one specific project and knows everything about that project, doesn't care about anything else in M365, is just specialized in your project. We then have task-based agents. So agents that are able not only to give you information, but also start workflows that start a task. So we took the example about the help desk agent before. What if we add the capability to that agent to go in and if it's not finding the information you're looking for, or if it sees that the question you have, the problem you have is so advanced, it will automatically open a support ticket for you, or maybe even order a new laptop. And finally, we have autonomous agents. Autonomous agents are agents that will not wait for you to interact with them because most of the experiences that we've had so far with AI tools, think at ChatGPT, think at Gemini, think at Copilot, of course. You're the one that has to go do the first step. You're the one that has to go in there and write your prompt. What if you had an agent that would monitor your Teams, your email, and whatever you wanted to monitor? And depending on the condition, when something comes in, instead of waiting for you to ask to fix it, it will go and fix it by itself using the logic you have trained it. So those are autonomous agents. And we not all agents are created using the same tools. We have no code agents, we have agents that are built using low code, and we also have agents using pro code in which you're not limited to the model choices by Microsoft. There's 11,000 models out there. You can choose the model you want, you can call APIs and things like that. But today we only have 15 minutes for me to show you something really, really cool. So we're going to focus on no code and we're going to build a specialized retrieval agent. And this is where Copilot agents in SharePoint come in. Copilot agents in SharePoint are a no-code way of creating retrieval agents based on SharePoint data. Now, every site comes in with a built-in agent already, the knowledge agent, which is in a way already specialized only on that site. However, we can build our own and take it to the next level. And I promised you 5 slides, and I want to hold my promise. So we are now, let me go here. Yes, you still see it good. We are now in my favorite tool, which is SharePoint. So in the SharePoint site here, you see I'm really creative with naming. It's called M365Con SP Agents, I know. If I go to documents, I have a bit of knowledge here. I have my IT support documents and everything. But if I go back to the home, you'll see that over here at the right, I have the knowledge agent that I talked to you about. So this is one of the built-in agents that comes with SharePoint, which is trained on your site. But what I want to do, and you can also access it by clicking the agent button at the top. What I want to do here is go and create my own agent. So as we create our own agent, there are about 10, not even configurations that we need to do. The first one is, well, we need to give it a name. So I will call this one IT support agent. And then I also need to, if I want to, I need to provide it a picture. So let me go here, just get the picture in here. Let's go. Let's change the picture. It's always important when you build stuff, you want it to look pretty. And here I prepared a nice technician icon. So whenever people go to my site, they see that as a support agent. After that, you need to provide a brief description of the agent. So right now for SharePoint agents, I can simply say, you are the IT support agent for Vlad Talks Tech. However, and I'm kind of putting this as a bit of knowledge as you create more advanced agents, as you go to other tools like Copilot Studio or even Procode with Foundry, the purpose and the description field becomes a lot more important, because in the what you can build is you can build specialized agents that can call each other. So think of it, you have a main support agent, but then you have one support agent that is specialized in networking issues. It's really important that you tell it the purpose. So when a user goes in and talks to the general support agent, if you have a networking question, it knows to redirect you to that specific agent that is more specialized in networking. But for SharePoint here, we can't really have connected agents, so we're not, it doesn't matter as much, but still best practice that you do it right. Then after that, we need to give it the sources. So we need to tell this agent what data it's grounded in. For every SharePoint agent, you can have a maximum of 20 sources. It's right here. So you can only add 20 sources, and a source can be a specific document. So for example, here, I can specify even more specifically for this site. I can say, only look at those two documents here. Don't even look at the whole site. Only those two documents. That is your source of truth. So I can tell it that. I can tell it to go, for example, to my intranet. As an example, let me add here, I can add the entire site here, or again, I can add just a library. The 20 sources you see here, I have two documents. Those are two sources. If I add the site completely, that is one source. And really important for those of you creating those agents for example, for your intranet, if you add a hub site, what it will do is it will take all the sites in that hub site, and it still only counts as one single source. So honestly, you can add quite a bit of content there. But if I have to give you a best practice, is the least amount of sources you add, the better the end result will be with you, because that's the difference between specialized agents and M365 Copilot, for example. M365 Copilot Chat will look at all your tenant, and that is sometimes why the results might not be exactly what you're looking for, because it's trying to look at all your tenant. The advantage of agents is that we can ground them or train them on very specific data. So don't go to the max of 20. The lower amount of high quality sources you add in here, the better it will be. Now, another checkbox that we have here, and it's really important, prioritize the knowledge sources you added before the agent's general knowledge. Now, what is the agent's general knowledge? The agent general knowledge is basically whatever the AI model has been trained on web data, on books, on things like that. So we always want to leave this on, because We want, if ever there is relevant information in the knowledge we gave it, we want the agent to use that first. And only if it cannot find any information, then we want it to go on the web. Uh, for SharePoint agents, there is no way to disable that general knowledge. As we learn more, and of course in the workshop at the conference we're going to dive into Copilot Studio and things like that. We're going to learn how we can disable the agent general knowledge, but for SharePoint agents you can only discourage it. So you can only tell, hey, use those knowledge sources before using the general one. Great. Finally, we go into the behavior. So this is where we add information such as, what is the welcome message when somebody opens the agent? Here I can have, hey, I'm your IT support knowledge base agent, and some really friendly remarks. Then I can give it some starter prompts. So for example, what could people ask that are relevant? So somebody opens this agent for the first time, they have no idea what that agent can do. This is how they can start. So it kind of, gives them idea. So it can be, how do I connect to the company VPN? What should I do if my printer is offline? And where do I request new computer accessories? So those are starter prompts. And finally, probably the most important part, if I'm honest here, are the agent instructions. So in the agent instructions here, and I'm just trying to make this input box a lot bigger, this is how you tell your agent how it should answer, how should it behave, and all the things that you want the agent to do. So let me add here, I'll add it in multiple parts so we can look at it together. So you are the company's IT support, IT support knowledge base agent. And now you'll see I have those asterisks here. Now, this is not mandatory. However, there's been a lot of research that shows that agents understand better when you give it formatted instructions. But you see, this is a plain text field, so I cannot bold this content here. But there is this language called Markdown that agents understand. So in Markdown, this adding the two asterisks here means that content is bolded. So it's even more important for the LLM to understand, more important for the agent to do. Again, this is not mandatory. I do it as a best practice, but you don't have to do it, but it's recommended. So here, your job is to help employees troubleshoot and solve common technical issues by providing clear, step-by-step guidance based exclusively on content available in the ITFAQs and troubleshooting guides stored in SharePoint. Then I'll add even more instructions. Answer concisely using simple language and step-by-step instructions. Clearly indicate which troubleshooting documents or FAQ you referenced. If a solution isn't available in the provided documents, make sure to always, and again, you see I'm highlighting this for the agent, inform your user that the answer is based on your general knowledge and not the organization's, and they should contact the IT service directly. So remember, because with SharePoint agents, I cannot disable the built-in knowledge source. But what I'm telling my agent here is that, hey, sometimes a user is going to ask something and you're going to want to go to your general knowledge because there is no knowledge in my documents. But if you do that, always tell the user that this was not found in our organization's SharePoint. And if I do, I'll zoom back out over here. What I can do is I have the test here. So I can say, okay, I can ask it, how do I connect to the company VPN as an example? So let's go here to connect to your company VPN, follow those steps. And you see what I like that it did is that download a VPN client from the Software Center. It really gave me a step-by-step instruction like I asked it here. So provide clear step-by-step guidance. I love that. And it referenced, of course, the content that I said. So it did say, hey, this comes from the ITFAQ. If I ask it, let's see here, if I ask it, show me a recipe for muffins, for example, hopefully it's gonna tell me something like, hey, you know what? I'm I can't provide recipes because that's outside of the scope of the IT support resources I have access to. So it was able to see, you know what? There's no muffin recipe in the IT support document. However, if ever you have any questions about IT related questions, I'm more happy to help. Great. So now what I'm going to do is I'll click on create. It will take a few seconds here. And what this will do, I'll open this in a new tab. It will create an agent file here inside the site assets, inside the Copilots folder. Now, by default, if somebody now goes to the site, they're going to click on Copilot here, but they're still going to see the knowledge agent. What if I want this site to show my IT support agent? So if I go to agents here, let's be honest, how many people are actually going to click on the Dropbox? Not that many. So I can select it here. So now I switch to the IT support agent. First of all, I can set it because I'm an admin. I can set it as an approved agent. So as soon as somebody goes to the site, they will see that. Let's see here if I can go back to it. It takes a little bit to refresh. Let me do a quick refresh here for good luck. You got this SharePoint. Let's go here and switch. Okay, it doesn't show it yet, but it will have a check mark like uh, that will show this is an approved agent. And then after that, I can set it as the site default. So as soon as somebody goes and clicks the button, and I'll refresh it to show you, as soon as somebody clicks the button, instead of now going to the knowledge agent, it will go to my IT support agent. And again, it can take a few minutes to take effect, but looks like I got lucky this time. You see, it went to the IT support agent, and I also have the check mark near it. I love it. Setting it as approved will also show it to site visitors, where normally only members and admins see an agent that is not approved. But if you have it approved, site visitors will see it as well. So let me type this prompt here, and then I say I have a question here. Um, from let's see here, enterprise scalable architecture for sources recommendation. Should you have a dedicated SP site for sources with dedicated document libraries for SMEs to maintain for all documents? Um, and let's see here. I cannot put it on the screen so you can all read it. Okay, so the question is basically, should you create this in each site and have the kind of your content sources scattered all over, or should you have one single site, like for example, your intranet, or have a document library or multiple documents library in your intranet for all the sources of truth? Um, so that will depend a lot. It's a great question. That will depend a lot on the type of agent you have. So if you're going to have an enterprise agent, for example, for your intranet or for RFPs, as an example, things like that, I would say yes. Absolutely. You should have kind of a dedicated place that the quality of the information there is always good. It's always up to date. And you also have it a bit more permission trimmed, so not everybody can go into the vacation policies and change you'll have unlimited vacation in there, and then the agent will answer that. So for more enterprise agents, I would recommend it, but not every agent needs to be an enterprise agent. And what I mean by that, because I know I might scare a lot of people when I say that, what I mean by that is that you're a project manager for Project Alpha. You might want to create a quick agent for your project to help you and your team on that specific project. Now, for most people, this is kind of, a personal productivity, a team productivity thing. That one can be grounded inside that project. It doesn't need that same enterprise governance around it because it's just for a specific project and the data will be in that specific project. So that one, let it live there. But if you have Again, HR agent, definitely the policies should be stored somewhere in the central source, probably on your intranet, security trimmed. And again, not everybody likes to interact with agents yet. A lot of people will still prefer to use SharePoint search. A lot of people will still prefer to go and read the document themselves. Make sure that already your content that you have there, even before you deploy agents, is secure, is in the central source, already has that uh, official repository location that is security trimmed, accurate, up to date. And then you'll simply train the agents on it. It's just a good best practice. So there we go. Let me ask another one here. What do I do if my printer is offline? Let me ask it another question. I know we only have uh, a few minutes left. And by the way, if anybody else has any questions, please put them. I'm looking on the comments here. So I would love to answer them. Again, uh, did a really, really good job. I can see the documented picked it from. So the agent did a really amazing job. Now, yes. Question: will a recording be available later? Yes, there will be a recording. It will be on my. It will be on the workshop page on the M365 Community Conference. So a recording will be available. Now, I know we don't have that much time left, so just a few things I wanted to put here on the screen as questions I often get. So let me make sure that you all see everything over here. There we go. You might be wondering, what type of content can an agent be grounded in? All your Office documents, your Loop files, your Fluid files, so all the new M365 formats, the universal formats like PDF, TXT, RTF, HTML, ASPX, things like that, and open document files. SharePoint pages cannot be added as a grounding source yet. And there are also other sources like images, meeting recordings, videos, and OneNote notebooks will be supported in the future. I also have a really quick here, just a permission matrix. So who can do what? You can see everybody can chat with the SharePoint agent. Um, Members with edit permissions and site owners and above can create a new agent. They can also edit it, but only site owners can approve an agent and set an agent as default. Now, you cannot turn off the create an agent functionality for users, but there's a big asterisk there. And I know this is not an admin session, but there are ways to do it using RCD and a few other ways. But the official answer for Microsoft, you don't have a checkbox disable agents on this specific site. Um, Something that I also wanted to say before we close this off, I did mention there are multiple types of agents, and today we only have 25 minutes. However, at the M365 Community Conference in Orlando, I'm running a full day workshop on how you can build agents using no code. And throughout the day, we're going to learn how to build retrieval agent, task-based agents, and even autonomous agents without writing any single line of code. And we're going to learn really how to build agents as a maker, which is something I'm really passionate about. On this, uh, only 4 minutes left. I know there's a quick outro as well. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I do hope I'll see a lot of you in Orlando. I heard the conference will be epic and the party will be amazing as well. So looking forward to see all of you there.